I have waited 19 years for this. Now, in my adult married life, I've lived in a very small home, 900 square feet. I've lived in a medium-sized home, it was like 2,500-ish, and I've lived in a very large home. It was almost 6,000 square feet. Now our home is more around the mid-level range, 300 square feet, but we finally, 19 years of marriage, have a large deck. All of our previous homes, from the very smallest to the very largest, had the same size deck, and it was always really small and hard to actually create like an outdoor living space. In my mind, I really want to see like an outdoor living room more than just a lounge space. I wanted there to be cushions and comfort and tables and grills and dining tables and loungers. I'm like, I want a living room, but outside. And this house is the first house that we've ever had the opportunity to create the deck that we have dreamt of for many years. And so I finally, 19 years in the making, get to style an outdoor living space. Oh, hey kid. You're a good boy, aren't you? You know, there's something to be said for creating a really comfortable seating space, but if the surrounding landscape isn't enjoyable to be in and the atmosphere isn't beautiful, then no one really wants to use it. So I want to make sure that I'm focusing not only on creating like a comfortable seating area and dining table and the actual deck itself is styled well, I also want the landscape around it to feel like you're in like this little secret garden or in this little oasis. And that's a really big challenge in my home because we have wide open land around our house with no trees, no established landscaping, and so it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. It will be a bit of a waiting game for the landscaping to actually grow up and be established, but we can start, we gotta start somewhere, and so we're starting today. Now I have all of this rail. We have a ton of rail on the deck, and I want to put some solar lights out here. So these are solar powered. They also have battery backup, but I really don't think I'm gonna need it out here. And they also come with a remote, so they'll turn on at the flick of a button. I don't have to plug anything, I don't have to charge anything. So easy. And our climate is just extremely windy out here, so I don't want to do like the poles with the lights on them. I don't want to attach them to the house. I don't want to put a planter filled with concrete with the pole and like string it in the air, because I really think that it'll cause a lot of problems. We have so much wind here. We're really high on a hill and it's always windy. So instead I'm gonna put them along the rail, but I have the option then of, do I put them on the inside of the rail or do I put them on the outside of the rail? And right now I'm leaning outside so that when I'm sitting on the deck, it's not visible, like all the wires aren't visible, it'll just be a bulb kind of hanging. Then will that look weird? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Either way. Now I chose to put them on the outside because I didn't want somebody leaning on them from the upper deck and breaking the bulbs and then having glass go everywhere. I also pulled them very tight so they weren't draping, so that the wind can't bounce them around, to again avoid breaking the bulbs. And then I just zip tied them with the same color zip tie as my railing, pulled them really taut, and then cut off the ends. And it actually, I think, looks really seamless and you really can't see it. Now, one thing that I am super excited about this summer is both of my kids are going to be working for Grace in My Space with summer jobs. And Owen started right out with some furniture assembly. Oh, praise the Lord, Owen. We don't have to assemble the chairs. They come fully assembled. Oh my gosh, that's gonna save so much time. I got 2 new furniture sets, one for a living space with sofas and chairs, and one for dining space with an outdoor dining table. Owen assembled the dining table for me, and I got to work on other elements of the deck. Now, since it's going to take quite a long time for my actual landscaping to grow up around the deck, I wanted to just put a few pots and planters on the deck using some wheels for mobility and ease of moving around these really heavy pots, and a few quick tips for loading up these huge planters. I like to put coffee filters on the bottom over the drainage holes so that it can still drain water, but you're not losing all of your dirt through the holes. Then I also add in some cardboard tubing or boxes, whatever I have on hand, to fill up the base of these big planters with something that is a material that will decompose over time, but also let water through. And that just makes the planters lighter weight. You use less dirt so that you're not filling the entire pot with dirt when you really don't need that deep for the root system of plants that go in these types of pots. And it allows you to save quite a bit of money at the same time. I'm doing a little cute herb garden by the kitchen door, and then I'm just going to do some decorative plants with this cute succulent and a climbing annual. Next up, we started to set up the living space. I have this really beautiful outdoor rug. I'm usually not a fan of outdoor rugs of this size because I feel like they're really hard to keep clean, and they also can trap moisture on a deck. But this is our first year using composite decking. I think it's going to be okay from that standpoint, and also we don't have trees around us that will be dropping pollen and leaves on this deck like we have in the past. So I'm giving the outdoor rug a try and hoping that I can maintain the cleanliness of it. It really adds a lot to the space, making it feel more like an outdoor living room. And this patio set is absolutely stunning. It is an all-weather wicker. It's extremely well made, super heavy duty. Everybody I've talked to who owns it absolutely loves it, and I'm so excited to use it. It's really comfortable. It does come in a set, but I actually bought the sofa, coffee table, and then 2 barrel back chairs that swivel and rock, and I'm really happy that I did that for the rocking. I just love to sit on a deck and rock. Owen finished up building the patio table, and this is a really very sturdy, heavy-duty piece. It's from Hollywood. I'll link all of these products in the description if you're interested. I love the weight of it because I do need something that's not going to be blown across our deck, and it's a really high quality piece. Now, we decided to celebrate the first night of the deck being complete with a really simple tradition that I am calling the No Reason Night Out. This is just a gathering outside with no planning, no real meal even. It's mostly going to be finger foods and just things that we can graze on and enjoy being in the space with no agenda, no plans, just a really beautiful picnic style gathering and taking advantage of the hard work that we put in to make this space really enjoyable. I cannot wait to have guests over and to entertain on this deck. It's large enough that we can have a lot of people, and I love how it turned out. Now, the patio set came with covers, and I really love that. I'm doing just very minimal decorating from a flower standpoint. I have a couple of fake mums, that's what those red ones are, as well as a few real plants as well. I'm trying to limit the amount of watering I have to do on the deck just so that I can enjoy the space rather than having more things to toil over. The boxwood planters are also fake, but they look so realistic. This is always something that I really try to keep in mind when I am styling outdoor spaces. I don't want to plant a ton of planters that I have to water. I would rather just see something green or a faux flower that's really realistic and enjoy being in the space. I really love how the set came together. It's a really beautiful arrangement of furniture where we can sit in the loungers and look over the land. We can gather around the coffee table and have a conversation with friends. We can sit at the dining table and enjoy the family. Even though it's early spring, it has been a really beautiful few weeks and we've already enjoyed this space so much. I cannot wait for the leaves to fill in on the trees and to be able to really take in the natural beauty that surrounds our home. Now, when we added on the living room addition, this was the view that I was so excited to see. I designed the living room with the deck going straight off with these huge 8-foot sliding doors so that it felt like an extension of the home, and I really feel like we accomplished that. Now we definitely have a space that feels like we can have indoor-outdoor living. The sunsets are absolutely magical overlooking the land, and I cannot wait to capture more of those and share them with you. It's really easy to tuck up the furniture before we head in for the night. And I hope that you've enjoyed seeing how this space comes together. I am so excited to show you how this entire backyard and landscaping all comes together as the summer progresses. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for so much more to come. You can find all the products from our deck linked for you down in the description. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time.